The Electra announcement is finally here, so we can talk about her. We can discuss team building. We can talk about strategy. Who is good with her? Who's going to counter her? All that fun stuff. Let's get into it.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and in this video, we're going to do a early look at the new tank coming to Hero Wars Dominion era, Electra Von Grave. Now, this tank is unique in that she has no defenses, 0 armor, 0 magic defense, 0 dodge. If you take a look at this Violet skill at the start of battle, she converts all of her armor, magic defense, dodge, into strength, increases strength for every point lost from these stats, and her armor, magic defense, and dodge cannot be changed during battle. That means that she cannot gain armor from an artifact weapon, like a Martha's artifact weapon boost, anything like that. And she gains strength. And why is that important? Well, if you take a look at the strength main stat, for every 1 point of strength that your hero has, you gain 40 health. So if she has, let's just take a look at a like Astaroth. So if Astaroth has 53,000 armor and that's converted to health, then you do 53. This is rounding just for the sake of it, times 40. That would be an extra 2 million health. Holy jumping. Now, the thing about Astaroth here is he does have an armor artifact. An armor, an armor skin. Sorry about that. It's 10k armor. So his base armor without the glyphs and all of that would be, around 40k. We don't really know 100% what Electra's glyphs are going to be. We do know that she has the strength book, right? And the strength ring and the armor book. So, if her armor is, say, like Aurora's armor, and Aurora has 19,000, so let's round up here. So 20,000 armor times 40, that is almost 1 million health that she gains from her armor stat. And then you also have to add in her magic defense. And of course, she probably won't have any base dodge skill. Her armor and magic defense are probably going to be pretty low from items and all of that. Although I'm not sure how you work that, honestly. Maybe give her a bunch of DPS items, like her actual equipment. Like these things actually provide stats. Health, magic attack. This one provides health. This one provides intelligence, agility, strength, right? These items are what make up the base stats of a hero, right? So it'll be interesting to see what her base stats are and all of that. Taking a look at her abilities, she's got 2 shield abilities and a life drain to the enemy front line. I'm going to reference Hero Wars Alliance, the mobile version of the game, a little bit with her discussion because she's been out. Electra Von Grave has been out on Hero Wars Alliance for a few months now. So before we talk about good teams to use with her, I just kind of want to discuss her comparison with the mobile version. But I'll tell you this, guys, before we actually get into the Hero Wars mobile of it all, mobile players have basically determined that she really needs to be heavily invested into in order for her to be good. If her armor, magic defense, and dodge is 0, the only way that she can stay alive is just sheer quantity of health. And while on mobile, this Immortal Shell doesn't convert to strength, it converts to health, which is kind of unique. Let me go find her. She's a Way of Eternity undead hero. Here we go. So comparing the Violet ability first and foremost, here she is right here, by the way. This is Electra Von Grave on mobile, as it were. So this ability converts armor, magic defense, and dodge into health. On Facebook and web, converts it into strength, which that makes it a 40x multiplier on the health. So, on mobile, like I said, she is underutilized until you get her to a pretty high level. Get her pretty well close to maxed out, if not maxed out completely. With the change from shifting directly to health to directly to strength, we're probably going to see a much higher usage rate at a much lower power level. So taking a look at the 4 skills that she has, the absorption skill lasts 6 seconds. Okay, so the ult, Embrace of Pain, applies a shield to herself that absorbs some damage. The shield lasts for a certain duration. If it's the same as mobile, it'll last 6 seconds. It will absorb some damage. She can't move. She can't attack. She can't do anything. She just stands there and absorbs the damage And then when the shield expires, it explodes, dealing damage to nearby enemies. On mobile, it doesn't actually do that. On mobile, it increases allies' magic attack, and it blinds the enemies, which is kind of interesting. I thought that this was the skill that was going to counter Lyria in a way, but it doesn't. On Facebook and web, it doesn't actually. It doesn't blind enemies. Anyway, it does some magic damage to the enemy. I'm assuming it's magic damage because her artifact weapon is magic, and she's all tied up as being a kind of a magic tank, if you would. The green ability, this hits nearby enemies with lightning, reduces their magic defense on mobile. On Facebook and web, it just transforms some of the damage into health. So she has a damage shield that, when it ends after 6 seconds or whatever, it blows up and deals damage to nearby enemies, right? We also have dealing damage to nearby enemies and transforms a portion of that damage into health. This could be pure damage, but it's probably magic damage. And why that's important, I'll talk about in a second. And then you have Oath of Protection. For a while, applies a protective effect to all allied heroes whose current health is lower than Electra. So basically every ally is going to be lower health than Electra, unless Electra is very close to dying, right? While the effect is active, a portion of the damage taken by allies is redirected to Electra. So any area of effect damage, any damage that attacks your backline, any damage that attacks your midline, it's some of it's going to be redirected to our tank here. Very, very cool tanky skill. I actually love that they're actually using tank skills here instead of just having a hero in front that is in first position, that is acting like a tank, right? During Embrace of Pain, allies receive the same effect. So whenever these two abilities are active, so the Embrace of Pain ability lasts for 10 seconds. So for 6 seconds during the ult, and then 10 seconds occasionally throughout the battle. So 16 seconds, and then it's roughly 2/3 of the time on mobile. So roughly 2/3 of the fight, the hero Electra is going to be redirecting a portion of the damage to herself. Okay, so she's going to be helping her allies. It's kind of like a pseudo Axel effect. Another hero that does this, that is this is just a blatant power creep. You have Demon's Allegiance from Astaroth. This converts a portion of physical damage that a single Astaroth ally takes damage to Astaroth. This ability is just infinitely better. It's all allies. And it's not just physical damage. It's all. So Astaroth needs to be improved here. Astaroth needs to be improved. He's being outshined in the shields by Julius, and he's being outshined in his damage redirection by Electra here. So artifact is magic attack, right? It wouldn't do any good to give her an armor artifact. It would do your allies pretty good. It wouldn't do her any good to give her, magic defense or dodge, again, because she can have 0 of that. It would help her allies, I suppose. Okay, so what do we have here? We have a bonus to magic attack, right? And then we have some health protection, some actual shields here. So the early thought about what could be good for her as far as team building, I think that you use her if you built the, everybody, a lot of people built this team in the last 6 months. If you built the, I'm talking about the Dante, Orion, Augustus. Here we go. Where's Augustus? If you built this team, right, and its variations, like maybe Aiden or Dorian in the back, if you built this team and all of a sudden you can't beat Lyria, I bet you that you just drop Dante and then you put Electra right here, and that's going to be a good team. Okay, boosting magic attack, it's going to be great. Okay, keeping your allies alive a little bit longer. There is some concern about Isaac and Sebastian against these two guys, but it is possible. It is possible that the damage reduction here that she can apply will protect your Augustus Orion long enough from Isaac that Augustus can get his pure damage machine going, because whenever the enemy's magic defense is lowered enough because of superconductivity, all magic damage that hero receives from any target, be it the tank, Orion, Augustus, any magic damage that the enemy hero receives is converted into pure damage. So until he gets this engine going, Augustus is really weak to Isaac. So if you can get to the pure damage phase before Isaac kills you, because your tank is preventing some of that damage that you would normally receive from Isaac, then I can see that being the key to allowing Orion Augustus to finally beat Isaac teams. And I think that we might be seeing a resurgence of Orion Augustus. I still see Orion Augustus all over the place. I am curious to see exactly how it's going to work. There are some interesting counters that I'm going to talk about right now. First and foremost, you can't talk about big health without talking about Qingmao. She has two abilities that does percentage-based damage. Okay, so it isn't based on how much total damage that she can deal, or the armor, or magic defense, or a physical attack. It doesn't matter any of that. This Dragon's Claw deals damage to an enemy based on the target's health, percentage of the target's health. And before Electra, there wasn't a hero that could hit her max. Her max damage that she can do with this ability is 226,926 damage. Maybe there is a hero or two that has over 1 million health. Maybe Ziri, maybe Chaba, maybe Rufus. I'm not sure. This is going to be very, very strong against Electra. And you also have this open heart ability. Doesn't reduce armor because Electra doesn't have any armor, but this also decreases the target's max health by 100% of basic attack damage. So every time Qingmao hits the enemy with a basic attack, the amount of health that enemy has is reduced by however much her basic attack hit. And since Electra has no armor or dodge, 100% of her basic attack is going to go through. So she's doing 83,000 damage every time she uses a basic auto attack, right? That's how it works. Physical attack is basic auto attack, right? And again, with no armor on Electra, all 83,000, 84,000 damage is going straight to her health. That means that every time she hits Electra, she's doing that much damage and also lowering Electra's total max health by that 84,000 number as well. It's going to be slow at first, but it'll rack up very quickly. The other hero that I think is going to be really good against Electra is going to be Zhu. Zhu has this ability right here that hits the enemy for 4.6% of the enemy's current health. Now this has a max as well of 67,000, which is not as big as that Qingmao number, but this attack also does damage based on a percentage of the enemy's health. Also, he does a ton of big damage, a lot of crits, right? Attacks very quickly, and yeah, I think those two heroes are going to be very strong against Electra. People thinking that Iris is going to be good. Iris actually does not work against Electra at all, right? The original tank buster, not the original, Qingmao is the original tank buster, but Iris, the tank buster, doesn't work against Electra because her exposed soul causes all damage to become pure damage to the tank. Whereas with Electra, all damage done to Electra is effectively pure damage anyway because she has no armor or magic defense to reduce that damage. So Iris doesn't bring you any added bonuses against Electra whatsoever. A lot of people are going to be thinking to use Aiden with Electra. Now remember, the armor and magic defense bonus that Aiden provides will not work for Electra, but the health sharing and all of that does kind of help. It does effectively make Aiden have just an insane amount of health. So Aiden might end up being the best healer, but I think on mobile it didn't work out. But the Electra tank on mobile has much less health than the Electra tank on Facebook and web does. So that could be a good choice. I don't think Martha is going to be good. I don't think Dorian is going to be good. It's interesting, but Thea is potentially a good choice. She does have the speed up ability, and her ascension and her healing beam, if it does hit Electra, will cause them to take 50% less damage. So, this isn't armor, this isn't magic defense. This will cause Electra to take less damage. Even redirected damage will be less. So Thea could be a good choice for a healer as well. I think Goose could be good as well because the effect, the Guardian Goose effect, will probably never disappear. Well, I guess it could. I guess it might. Goose could be a good healer choice as well. We might have to play around with that a little bit. His artifact weapon being physical attack. Oh no, it is armor. It is armor. Sorry. Yeah, it could be a good choice. As far as pets are concerned, we don't know yet what pet goes with Electra, but I would bet any pet that's going to heal Electra is going to be pretty good. She does have a big health pool, Electra, so I'm not sure how effective Oliver will be. You might want to go with a more offensive pet, like with maybe Merlin or potentially Albus. It just really depends on, what pets we have access to. If this can speed up that damage drain, damage ability plus damage suck, the healing, whatever it is, this could be huge as well. And the flags and patterns, this is pretty straightforward. What flag and pattern is going to be best for her? The War Flag of Fervor, the one that gains energy for tanks, obviously that's an obvious choice, right? Plus 10% energy to tank for her is going to be really strong. The more ults you get up from Electra, the more damage shields that you get. It's going to be a big deal. I mean, just having this 10% more often is going to be huge. More damage output, more blocking damage to your team, and then the pattern, the best pattern for this. I mean, obviously armor and magic defense is not going to work, which is why the health pattern is being added next month. That health increase pattern, it's a plus 13% health increase to all allies. That pattern, probably magic attack, if I had to guess, and maybe the magic mastery pattern would be good, right? Or maybe magic penetration, magic attack health could be good. Maybe magic mastery, magic penetration health could be good. Plus, the tank pattern. Yeah, that's my plan. Let me know what you think about Electra. Let me know if you think you have any cool, fun hero combo ideas that I haven't thought of. I'm very excited. She's coming in the second half of the month of November. Don't know exactly when yet. We'll probably know in the next couple of days when she'll be arriving. Don't forget, we are live streaming every Monday through Friday. The schedule is on screen now. If you want to learn a little bit more about that health pattern, I do have a nice video breaking down what I think is going to happen with it. That's on there right now. Check it out if you have time. If not, completely understand. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.